Hi everyone, Megan here. I am going to give you an update on my project Journey to Jane Austen. The links to the previous videos in this series will be linked below, but for now I wanted to give you an update. As you may have guessed, I might not be going to England in the next couple months because of everything that is happening in our world with COVID-19, and of course that is perfectly fine. I want to make sure to stay home, stay self-isolated, make sure that we do not spread this to people who have vulnerable immune systems. All that being said, I am going to continue on with my reading project, the reading end of Journey to Jane Austen, because just because I can't go to Jane Austen's world physically doesn't mean I can't go there mentally. So far I have read Emma, Northanger Abbey, and Sense and Sensibility. Those are all rereads, as well as What Matters in Jane Austen by John Mullen. Most recently I have read Jane Austen at Home by Lucy Worsley. I'll try and help you see that cover a little bit better there. So yeah, I just finished it and I really enjoyed it. Now, I'm not going to get into too much details on what I think. I just want to make this a really quick and snappy video. But I will say one pro and one con of What Matters in Jane Austen. I already talked about that. You can see the link below to watch that. I mean of Jane Austen at Home. One pro, one con. We'll start with the con. There was a lot of typos in this book. There were a lot of typos. At one point, it was supposed to say Aunt Cassandra, but it said at Cassandra. At as an A-T. There was just a lot of typos like that, a lot of mistakes. All that being said, I really enjoyed the book overall. It was such a good book, and I think the theme that I loved the most was the celebration of single women and spinsters. This book did not look at Jane Austen never marrying as, oh, poor Jane Austen, she never experienced marriage. Oh, I mean, marriage is a wonderful thing. Don't get me wrong. Marriage is a wonderful thing. But just because you're never married does not mean that you don't live a full and complete life. So I really appreciated how Lucy Worsley pointed out, she like, people did propose to Jane Austen. People did propose. She even said yes to Harris Bigwither and then turned him down the next day because she realized this is a big mistake. Big mistake, ha ha ha. So she realized what she wanted. She chose writing and she chose her family instead of marrying. She chose her family as her sister Cassandra and a lot of other single women around her, including the Big sisters, Harris Bigwither's sisters. So she was great friends with them. Their brother proposed to her. They still remained great friends. And the Lloyd sisters. She just, you know, wonderfully like written, just the celebration of these female friendships and these single women who just did so many wonderful things in their lives and who were really there for each other. It was so beautiful. Now, it's been pointed out before by Lucy Worsley, but also by others, that had Jane Austen married, she probably would have had a lot of babies. So, for example, 2 of her sisters-in-law died from childbirth or childbirth complications. They both had 11 children, both the sisters-in-law who died. And her other sisters-in-law, they had a fair amount of children too. She even pointed out her niece, Anna, when she got married, she was already dealing with so many births and miscarriages by the time she was in her early 20s. And Jane was just like, she's going to be worn out by the time she's 30. So, yeah, medical practices were different back then, and so it made a lot of sense not to get married in order not to go through that. Of course, Jane Austen had that luxury. Not that, I mean, she was always a burden to her family, but at least she did have one brother in particular who could help her and her mother and her sister out. Another interesting thing to note is that if Cassandra, her sister, had married, Cassandra was engaged at one point, but her fiancé died, unfortunately. If Jane and Cassandra, if either of them had gotten married, their lives would have been completely different. Cassandra, if she had gotten married, their roles kind of was that Cassandra would take care of the house, Jane would take care of the tea and the wine, and I think the sugar, the tea, wine, and sugar, and then Cassandra would take care of the rest of the house, and Jane would write. So if Cassandra had gotten married, she would have been busy with all that stuff. She even said when Cassandra was away, she was busy doing all that housework instead of being able to write. So the fact that she had her sister there with her changed her life entirely. So yeah, it was just really cool to read about that. And yeah, it was, of course, it was sad when Jane died at the end. It like kind of wrecked me, and I knew it was coming. I knew how she died, all that. But still, it's sad. It's sad to read about that, especially because she was only 41. So yeah, I highly recommend Jane Austen at Home by Lucy Worsley. It was very good. I really enjoyed it. If you have read it, let me know below what you thought of it, and I would love to talk about that. Well, that's just a quick video for today. That's all for now. But yes, let me know in the comments how you're doing, how I can be praying for you during these crazy times that we live in. And yeah, until next time, may you all be filled with peace, hope, love, and joy. So take care, everyone. Bye.